Hello, and welcome to On an Island Vinyl, where we talk about vinyl records and music. And today we're going to talk about two records that I got from Japan. They are Japanese records, not just because I got them from Japan, but because they were made in Japan. And they come from two different labels. And I actually found both of these at the same place. This was at a bookstore about 30 minutes outside of Tokyo, off of the Churo line, or the Chuo line. And I just find that both of these records are interesting, to say the least. I have already shown both of these, but I really haven't gone too deep into depth about it. So let's begin. The first record is Yamamoto Tetsuyoshi Trio Misty. This is off of the Three Blind Mice label. Three Blind Mice was a Japanese label made in the early 70s, I think late 60s, but they mainly started in the early 70s. And most of their work is all jazz. There's a few really hard to find ones, including this one that I have. And then there are other ones that are very common to find. This record, specifically, is a first press without the obi strip. Usually it comes with that, strip on the side here. And that's okay. I'm not really a picky type of record collector when it comes to covers. If the cover's kind of beat up, whatever, but the record's great, that's all that I come for. So this record has Tsuyoshi Yamamoto on piano, Iso Fukiu on bass, and Tetsujiro Obara on drums. This is just a straight up jazz trio album, but it's very light. I mean, it's a very quiet album, and there are some really burning, quick kind of parts in there. This album kind of reminds me of the Red Garland album that has all the different weather on it. I think it's called Sunny Weather or All Day Weather or something like that. And that album has a bunch of themes to it, I guess you could say. This album specifically doesn't, but it has that type of feeling of it goes into waves. Like one song feels a certain way, kind of light, breezy, autumn vibes, and then the next song feels a lot like dark or winter type of feelings. And this record is actually kind of hard to come across. I bought this for 8,000 yen, which is about $40. And funny enough, when I went to this bookstore, there were only records on the outside of it. And on the inside, it was just all lined with books with a few, Japanese Kraftwerk albums kind of on the shelf, which I thought was very interesting. And I got it because I just had a feeling about it. The cover looked really cool. I mean, look at this cover. This cover is very classic looking. And so when I looked at it, I saw Three Blind Mice, and I knew that was a band. I knew that was a good label. I personally don't have any other Three Blind Mice labels except for this one. And when I go out to DJ and I play this, it's really a fantastic album to close off for the night. I highly recommend it, and I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify. It's 100% on YouTube, which I'll link in the description below. But I would check this out, man. It's a great album. It really is. Sometimes the simplistic covers really pull me in. When I think about it, when I'm looking for a record or two, anything kind of in that nature, sometimes the covers pull me in, and usually 8 or 7 out of 10 times I find really good music off of it. So when I saw this, I didn't listen to the music prior. I just bought it because I kind of had a feeling. Plus, I knew, again, Three Blind Mice was a pretty good label. Didn't know a ton about it at that time. Now I've done a little more research, but I just had to get it. I don't know, when you're in Rome, right? When in Rome. So, great record. Definitely check this out. Now, the other record I wanted to talk about is very interesting. So there's a backstory to this. So this person, I'm pretty sure, recorded at Berkeley with a group of people in about 1981 or 82. And in 1983, he went into the Japanese War, and he was serving in the army, and his plane got shot down, and he died. So this album was released posthumously in 1983, and it's really weird. It's a good album, for sure. But when you're looking at the cover, you think of maybe like it's a trio type of vibe, whatever. But it is very fusiony. There's a lot of weird timbres. You really kind of have to get used to it after a listening or two. And it is 38 Hemingway Street, Makoto Okai. And there's only 5 songs on here. And I got this for about 6,000 yen. And the back is so cool too. He's like next to a barn. And when I first listened to this, again, I bought this without listening to it. I just kind of got it because it looked really cool. So when I bought it, again, the cover kind of pulled me into it. And I listened to it. And I didn't like it at first. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really understand it. But after the second or third listen, I really got into it. There's one song on here that I really like. Somewhere Around You. It's actually the last song on side B. And that song is just fantastic. Really good rhythms. Great timbres. And I'm pretty sure that Makoto plays piano on this. I'm not 100% sure still. But even so, I mean, this record, not a lot of people have it. It's not too big on Discogs. And I'm kind of shocked because it's a really good fusion type of mid to early 80s fusion album. Which you don't really get a lot of, especially from artists that just kind of decided to make one album and then that's it. Or just getting a random group together. He wanted to go to Berklee. So that's, he wanted to go to Berklee. So that's why he's standing right in front of the Berklee College of Music. And his dream was to become a jazz musician. And so he recorded this album and then passed away about a year or two later. And again, not a lot of people know about this album. It's found on Spotify. It is on YouTube, which I will again link in the description. But these are, again, 2 albums that I just really kind of highly recommend listening to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a very short video, short, sweet, to the point. I didn't really want to drag it out too long. Just kind of give you a good, quick little summary and have you listen to it and form your own opinions on it, right? This is On an Island Vinyl. Please like and subscribe, and peace.